race day. Timmy B's loaned us the truck. Let's go. I feel like a real racer. Alright gang, we're at the track. Quick update. Cameron there, Keith there, and Tim's off trying to find us a smaller spacer. So we've moved in the right rear a little bit. We did a right rear change actually, only to find there was a leak in the rubber. So fucking good job me. Yeah, things are running pretty smooth at the moment, and we're just strapping everything in. We'll go to the scrutineering bay in a minute. I just had engine starts and the engine started. So after having had a nightmare that we dragged it all the way out here not to start, that was a nightmare I had last night. So it did that, so we're stoked. Late models just finished up their qualifying and hot laps, and we've got maybe 2 heats before we get stuck into it. So we'll kill a little bit of time, we'll see how we go.
Perth Motorplex on the front rows of the 55.
a bit of a misfire on like lap 7.
Yeah.
And then like as we got off the gas for the yellows, it just killed. It just died.
It just died with enough fuel.
Hey boys, let's get the hood off. Like the car died like as we came off the gas from the yellows at the end of the race. And I heard like a temps it, like when I looked down when the car died, it was at like 170, 180. Yeah, Bendy. Yeah, man, like everything was gravy like up until about lap 7. I started to hear a bit of a misfire like with about 1 to go. And then it stayed good until like the yellows came out after the race was done. As soon as I come off the gas, it just gave a bit of a putt and just died. Hey gang, so we just finished heat 1. Really, really good. The car felt good. I think we actually passed some cars, which was surprising, to be honest. I thought I was going to have to go out and just feel out the track and feel out the car again, but we actually had some speed pretty early. So, but unfortunately, I started to hear a misfire with about 1 lap to go. Pushed through it because the car wasn't giving anything up at the time. But as soon as the caution came out for the checkered flag, the car just potted out and died. So I had to get pushed back to the exit chute. I've got a small army of guys working on the car at the moment. We found out that the 2 of the spark plugs had two in the front cylinder fried. So legend, my club president Craig Burgess has given us 2 spark plugs. So we're replacing those at the moment, looking out for any more issues. Hopefully that's the only one, and heat 2 will be hopefully just as fruitful. look, dude, we're just getting like last lap pan shootings. It's really weird.
That battle with 8 where you did the inside pass.
Hey?
The inside pass to number 8 was...
I don't remember it.
Was that the second lap or something?
Oh, it was early? Okay. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. I'll get you to have a look in there, because like,
That's a fucking lot.
it's running warm.
Okay.
Oil everywhere.
Really?
I reckon it's drowning itself.
What, in oil?
That's a lot more than normal.
Could it be like drowning itself in oil?
Yeah, or it's filling it up with methane.
Oh, filling the oil up there.
Yeah, I've had a good talk with Bentley, the young guy. Yeah, he's a good kid.
Okay, so heat 2 was really good. I think we made at least 2 or 3 passes. Like, you know, we had really good speed. Made a pass on the low and the high side. The car feels awesome. If I drive it right, it feels unreal. But I think if I was to guess, we're probably running in or around 8th maybe. From what I think I believe we started 11th or 12th, and unfortunately we lost all those spots because the engine gave out, well, like, you know, with half a lap to go. So unfortunately we lost all the spots that we gained. The engine is covered in oil. We have no idea why. Yeah, it makes me a little bit nervous for the feature. You know, we've yet to complete 8 laps really, like, you know, tonight. It's a little bit concerning, but you know, the guys have done what they can. We haven't really isolated a problem completely yet, but, you know, just hope whatever, you know, God there might be, that we can make it through 15 laps. I know it's a big ask of the car right now, but I'd really like it to. I'd really like to finish tonight on a high, because there's a lot of stuff going right, and we just need to kind of put it all together and hope that the car stays with us for the whole feature. So we'll check back at the end.
sensor that time. You're doing well too, dude. Hey, don't get disheartened. It's racing.
The one backfiring out. So good, man. It's just more teething problems we need to fucking suss out. It's nothing with your fault.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just, it doesn't make it any like less annoying.
Yeah.
All these fucking people have come out to help me and give me their fucking
Nah,
time.
don't worry about that shit.
I want to finish a fucking race.
Sure you
And
do.
she cannot just get to the fucking end. That was less than the fucking usual.
Yeah.
Alright gang, it's a few days after race day, sitting next to a still very dirty race car, but last week was huge for work and prep, and then we had 2 really late nights at the track. Friday we were racing, and then Saturday was the last night at the Motorplex where the Americans were here for the last night of Speed Week, so 2 really late nights, and just been a little burned out, so dirty race cars, not so bad. So you would have just seen that the feature did not go the way we wanted it to. We made it maybe 6 laps in, roughly, before same thing. The engine just didn't want to cooperate. I came back into the pits really cranky for a few reasons. Firstly, it would have been really good to have turned some more laps on a slick track. It was the first time we've kind of come across that, and to practice a little bit more going through it and maybe getting past it, up closer to the wall where the grip was, would have been some really good practice. So it's kind of feel like there's a bit of an opportunity missed there, and just another DNF. It got me really disappointed because I had all these guys helping me out and giving me their time and their energy, and at least I could feel like I could do was get the car over the line, but it took me a minute to realize that that's out of my control and I couldn't do anything about that. But the other thing was that it was kind of hard to stay in a bad mood with just the energy that we were surrounded by all night. 2 people in the scrutineering line stuck their heads into the car and said, hey, we like the videos and the channel and stuff, and all night people were coming and saying hello to us and having a sticky beak around the car and stuff. And when that's happening, it's kind of hard to be cranky for too much longer. So if you did come and say hello to us, thank you very much. It definitely picked my spirits up. The final thing was that Tim was really good. He was unreal. He was really good to have there on the night. We didn't even make that many changes to the car. If any, we spent most of the night battling the issues with the engine, and me and Tim spoke after every time I come off the track, and he didn't see anything to suggest that we needed to make changes, and I didn't feel anything to suggest that we needed to make changes. So we really didn't change anything on the car. But he was with me in the staging lane, every time, just not overloading me with information, and he wasn't even telling me how to drive. He was just reminding me to do what I could do, and just good supportive words, and from another driver, that's really good to have. But probably the most important thing he did for me on the night was when he could tell I was a little shitty when we come back in from the feature, and he just said, look, these gremlins are going to happen. No race operation is perfect. No one comes into the sport and just runs perfectly out of the gate. This is just a teething process that everybody has to go through. It's almost like a rite of passage of sorts. And it didn't hit me immediately because, again, I just wanted to get the car over the line for the sake of all the people that are helping me. But all the guys quickly reminded me that they're there because they want it to be, not because they expect results or podiums or wins or anything like that. They're there because they want to help me. So that was really nice to hear, because I felt I knew it wasn't my fault specifically, but it's I felt like the least I could have done for him was finish. But but there was way too many positives to take away from the night to stay cranky for too long. From the first heat, we weren't contending, but we were passing cars. The other cars that kind of took up the rear of the field, we managed to get by a few of them. And in heat 2, we even tried to couple down. So that's a huge positive for me personally as a driver. It's, you know, our second race and our third time ever in the sprint car, and to be comfortable, you know, like the lap and a half roughly that me and Craig were side by side. You know, at no point did I feel like I was in danger or that I needed to back off or anything like that. I'm like, okay, well, I trust Craig. You know, he probably knows I'm there. He can probably hear me, and he's not going to squeeze me out. He's not going to, you know, push me up like, you know, on the corners or anything. So I just stayed where I knew I was going to make the pass and where I was going to be faster, which is a little higher up on the track in the grip. And sure enough, we made a pass, and we were moving up like on the car ahead too. And then when the engine died, so while we didn't, you know, get the results that would have been great to have had, you know, we were way quicker out of the gates than what we were in our first race. We started a little closer to the pack. We weren't in it, like, you know, as the green dropped, but I was a lot closer than what I was before. And yeah, just, you know, making passes and you know, having speed a little quicker in the race was a huge positive. So it's far from a perfect night, but again, there was a lot of positives to take away. So yeah, I just can't express how appreciative I am of, like, you know, my crew who came along and helped me out. And you know, I will get them the finishes that they deserve very soon. Thanks to everybody who came and had a chat to us, you know, before or during the night. It's kind of exciting. We actually had some sponsor prospects come and talk to us who told us they wanted to help us get to a few shows, like the one at Mora next month. A few people expressed interest in trying to help us get there, which is really exciting. And yeah, just like the Motorplex for having us, like all the volunteers and the chief steward, the flag people running the concession stands up the top. You know, none of this happens without all the people doing their part to make a race night happen. I'm just lucky to be the one in the seat instead of the stands. So thank you to JP Science, and yeah, everybody for tuning into the channel. I know it's, you know, there's a long time between these race videos, but I'll try and keep some interesting content coming in some way, shape or form. I know I said this last time, but I'm going to try and get back onto iRacing a little bit. And yeah, alright gang, I think that's it for me, so thanks for checking it out. Appreciate it. Till next time. Bye for now.